Hello, this is Nick, the super awesome Lego builder himself, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing another custom group of models that I built myself. And today, I am showing my custom Lego Space Police set. And one thing I have to know that I'm not showing you the full set because I used to have a bunch of alien robber punk guy vehicles that went along with these sets, but a lot of those got destroyed on a play date with some of my friends, so I'll just be reviewing the good guy sets, which luckily were on display when they came over. So first up, I'm just going to show you the base itself. You cannot see that well. It is. Here it is. Let's get a good view of that. I have to get used to. I haven't worked much with video cameras before, so I'm still getting used to it. And it's a very interesting space station. I wanted it to look like a space station. And I mean, it does a little bit, but in a weird sort of way. As you can see, there are some flames, and that was because there was some kind of planet-destroying vehicle that was ramming into it, so that's why there's some flames coming out of it. But it does have some decent functions. There's, right here, there's a little, it's kind of pointless, but just got a little flick missile there. I saw that. Here, we can move it up close. I gave it, you can see, there's a backside to it, where, as you can see, there's a little cafe or cafeteria, 2 seats and a table, and right there's even a little microwave. And there's a sausage inside. I should have put it in a pan. May have came with one, I just couldn't figure out where that went. And there's a little place to put baggage for whatever reason. I have no idea why I put that there. I built this a really long time ago. But one of the cool features it does have, if we turn around here, it has an escape pod which opens up. You can see you got a little thing inside there, and it breaks off really nicely. It's only held on by 2 little studded pegs, but here it is itself. Looks a little like the one from Star Wars. Need to remember which side of it. I have trouble remembering which side of it. This is the top. Yeah, this is the top. That's tricky because it's just a spear. And there's not really anything holding the interior down in it. And you may be here. My dad is on a podcast right now, so you may be able to be overhearing a tiny bit of what he is saying, but that shouldn't be too much of the bother. And there's an antenna right by this antenna, this is where the guy, and the antenna just popped off, where the, what do you call it, I guess the head commissioner, or there, his quarters / office. And you can zoom up there. This can actually be opened. And there, you can see inside there. He has a swivelly chair. You got some guns there. There's a swivelly chair and a thing that's a computer that has no keyboard and says Destin Scanner for whatever reason. That's not good. I better fix this real quick. But that's the only problem with this, that this is held on the glass over it is held on very lightly. And over on the far side of the station, there's not much on it. There's just, you see, right here where there's a slight brick, that's like, the idea is that's like a tractor beam that can bring ships into the docking bay. But Here we have a random jet engine. Should have given this some solar panels, come to think of it. There's some blue stuff, but it's obviously really not it. I could have made some easily, so no silly of me. But this is supposed to be in the future. And down on here on this side, you can see I have a weird space shuttle towel that randomly sticks up around here. There are two little frictionless peg pieces. They weren't intended to be frictionless, but I'll show you what their purpose is. And now we'll get on to my new version of my custom version of the Galactic Enforcer. And this uses a mishmash of Space Police and ADU functions. I will have to get this. There we go, and my camera head is loosening, excuse me for a second. But there we go. And here it is. Let me zoom out this so you can see it better. There's a good view of it. In this, you can see there are some ADU elements around here and around here. On the sides, I used the function from the jet copter, under where the two missiles can be fired at once. And at the front, there was one of those squeeze fireball functions, and there was intended to be, and the ball from the fire dragon from the Fire Temple Lego set could get fired, and it was like supposed to be a flamethrower, but I lost a fireball, so this is pretty much just pointless. And inside here, there's the wing can fall off. And inside the cockpit, we have the tough-looking pilot inside. And this was originally intended to be a one-person cockpit, but when that blue team Galaxy Squad set came out, I have that. I can't quite remember what it's called, but I have that out, and it's called. But I realized that you can fit more than one in people, so it occurred to me that I could put an extra seat there, like I can fit in. And up next, I am wishing I should have put in these closer tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing these two. And, I almost forgot. Back here, there is also a prison pod with an alien in it. And it has the classic prison pod feature, which does not work quite as well on mine because I did not put a Technic beam piece to support the entire back. And but basically the idea of this, but the pegs on the back of this is that the space station is that you can put a prison pod on it. I'm gonna try to. There. That was tricky looking at the screen. So, back here, I started reviewing these in the order that I like them, from least like to most like. So, this is the version of the Falcon jet that I made. And the only difference between it and the normal Falcon is that this one uses a slightly smaller cockpit piece, but it is roughly about the same size. And these stickers are actually from the Galactic Enforcer. These panels, they're not actually from the original Falcon model because I didn't actually complete that one. See, it's pretty sturdy. Got machine guns, some blaster weapons. Peace. And also a prison pod in back that can be removed. It has two strong jet engines and two tails to make it go incredibly fast. And it opens up, though this often happens. these, I guess, I was going to take these apart today, so this is why, but I guess, and why I'm reviewing it, but I guess I want to do it on screen. Could have shown you the control piece. There's a wing. It actually hasn't been the first time this has happened to me. Before I started doing YouTube channels, I was just doing videos to myself, so I wanted to create stuff, and stuff that I remember. And like one time I made this incarnation of the red passenger jet, which was a lot worse than the one that I showed you and that I did a review on earlier on. And that other previous version just fell apart when I was making the video, pretty much, and I just left it that way because I didn't care much about it. But I know you are wondering what the heck that model is. So yes, don't worry, this is my favorite one, and it is the Lego Space Police SWAT vehicle. So this is an elite Space Police vehicle. So it has much more weapons than a normal vehicle, and that's why there's a guy in an ADU uniform inside it. And it has cool side things, machine guns, bullets, little side gun, and there is a feature that I'm especially proud of. And if you're very good at identifying Lego models and know about functions, you'll probably already recognize it just by looking at that top area. So will you process that a little bit more? I'm just going to, a lot of colored lights on it that I did it. Take the top of this off. Need to put this back. Trying not to let this video go too long, because my first video was 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes straight, and I know people will have other things to do, so I don't want them to be directly. So here we are. Cool. Let me just zoom up so I can show you that guy's face. Yeah! Like, look at his expression. He's like, yeah! Yeah, that's what totally comes to mind. Now, anyway. What the model and the function that I was telling you about, that you may or may not have already done, is the fact that this uses the exact same function of the Republic Attack Shuttle, in that it uses super, basically has the super, oh, bullets loose there, fast firing missiles, so it can just fire things literally like a machine gun. So like that, and then the chain just drops out the bottom, which is in this case is a Technic beam. That's basically how that works. If you want, you can just put a little ball joint which stops it from falling. And down here you can see how the bottom is hollow, so the thing drops out. And I also decided to give this actual thrusters for once, which is surprising for me because I usually can't really find these curvy pieces because they're tough to find, so that's not common for me. And I like the way these came out, so this is pretty much why I'm doing this last, because it's my favorite one. And you can see back here there are these little binocular elements which stand for thrusters. And because the pilot is holding one of those ADU blasters, that means you can take one of these off and put it on the front of the blaster to make it look like one of those ultra blasters. And if you notice that these thrusters are also not one pieces, I built these thrusters using one of these cockpit pieces, non-transparent version of it, from a Lego City Spatial set, and You look down here, this part is going to be a little flimsy because there's an elbow joint piece missing there. Or an L joint piece. But yeah, that's what's happening. And I I just said it. You see, I know a lot of kids just rely on using yeah in their videos, so I'm trying to say yeah as less as I can in these videos. So, I'm a little annoyed at myself. But there are these cool pieces that I used for the sides of this. So that is pretty much it for the ADU. I said ADU. I haven't even got into that yet. I've started a few models. This is pretty much it for the Lego Space Police set, and pretty much it for those two models. And if you like this video, take your handcuffs and slam them right into that light button. And did I say I should have said nightstick. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe. And thanks again very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.